I'm out in the water, come jump right in, 'cause we going farther than we ever been. I'm out in the water, where I learned to swim, 'cause we going farther than we ever been. I'm out in the water, come jump right in, 'cause we going farther than we ever been. I'm out in the water, come jump right in, we going farther than we ever been.
Yo, motherfucker. Yo, motherfucker.
Let me get in this.
Supplies, motherfucker.
Some fries, motherfucker.
Ah, motherfucker.
Get by, motherfucker.
Y'all way too loud.
I'm
My
fly,
ears right
motherfucker.
Yeah, I turned mine down shit ton. That's probably why.
Well, mine and yours are on the same volume. Yeah. Going preemptively.
Some flies, motherfucker.
Surprise, we back. But that's not a surprise.
Ocean tides, motherfucker.
Yeah. How's
So-
everyone feeling? Episode
Doing good.
23.
23.
Episode 23. Another little short hiatus, but we're back.
Mm-hmm.
I put out 13 yesterday.
Mm.
That's
So,
how behind we are.
yeah, we're 10
This
behind.
is 23 when
But-
you see this.
I'm going to do 14, 15 next week, 16, 17 the week after that, 18, 19. And I'm going to do on Tuesdays, Thursdays. Because I was watching a podcast with, like, Joey Diaz from, like, a long time ago, like 2014 or something. And then one of the things he said was that when they were discussing something about basically one of his co-hosts, like, he was on, like, a venture or whatever. They were discussing stuff, and they were, like, basically, like, saying how things worked, and they're like, why did one podcast with, like, a famous person get, like, no views, but a podcast with a plumber get a bunch of views? And it was like, what we learned was don't put a podcast out on a Friday.
Mm.
So that's what they learned from that. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to put a podcast on a Friday. I'm just going to do Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 days a week until we catch back up. It'll take, like, a little over a month. Then we'll be back up. And that gives us time. I was going to ask, has anything come in fruition from the...
A couple different things.
Okay.
And I found I keep having to tell myself to like keep working on this one before you do this one, because as I'm working on one, I'm like, ooh, but what if it was this way? And so I think what I want to do is curate an arsenal for, like, each specific instance. That way each thing, since I have so many ideas towards it, so I'm going to start with whichever one I pick is my favorite. And then from there, I'm going to build that one. That way we have the one. And then I'm going to just keep going on the rest of them too.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about, like, when we...
For moments when Calvin knocks over the phone while making a ridiculous exit.
Or,
Eddie-
Eddie,
Yeah.
episode.
Eddie
Or-
records nothing.
Oh, yeah, or we name drop a place that we don't want to name drop. Things like that. Because Calvin had an idea, like, in one of the early episodes of, like, doing, like, putting, like, nah, like, when you do a cut, like, nah. So right now, it just cuts to just, if I cut it, we haven't had any edits in a long time up until 17. So that's what I'm going to do, 15, 16 together, edit both of them. 14 is ready to go. 15, 16, I'll upload together, same thing. And then 17, we need, for the beginning part, because Eddie, we didn't have the beginning part recorded, we need, like, a technical difficulties thing. And I want to have, like, a clock running down on top of it up until the point of when the video starts. Then the video will start. And then for that, well, whatever. So that's what I want to do for that one. And then the last one we did, not last one, I did one, so 21, the camera didn't record at all. So my visualization is that we take, like, a picture, like, we can use this picture right now of us four, and then have a drawn layer of it, like, draw it, and then put in front of the screen, put the phone, like, the dead phone, and then write in, like, a text, like, Eddie's phone didn't record this one. And, like, that's the, like, it's us, but, like, a drawing of, like, why is there no video? Because of this. And it's like, that's the image. So that's 21. So at that point, if this is 13, then it'll be 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we have, like, a month basically to get to get that drawing. But we only have 2 weeks to get the or less to get the technical difficulties one just for that beginning thing, and then we can do all the different.
Also,
Because Kaylee also sent me a picture of her doing a nah.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her, and then my response was, my visualization is like that because she drew it, but then edited in a graffiti style on the whatever, and my mind is Spider-Man Multiverse. That style,
exactly.
that's my mind. So I'm like, okay, so that's why I
Exactly.
sent to her, and she hasn't sent anything back yet. So when she sends something back, that's still in the working. So, but basically, now there is going to be a couple edits. I want it to be like, in the first couple, I just put the Oceans on Arrival logo for all the, I don't want to do that anymore. So I want to do like, so, and then also before I have okay, actually, you go on.
When you said technical difficulties to spark, what I think might be my favorite idea right now, it's low tide. Anytime small thing goes wrong, it's low tide, and I want that counter you're talking about. And I was gonna show you what I have on my phone right now, but I have one where it was a picture that I took forever ago, because I'm always taking pictures of just if I look out and I'm like, ooh, click, and it popped back up and was like, oh, on this day, and I was just like, oh. So I made just kind of like threw out the idea the second I saw the picture. I was just like, oh, I like that, where it's a counter back to high tide.
Yeah, true. That'd be cool.
And like
But
a
anything,
schedule
yeah. So whatever
of
the
waves,
idea is, it's got to come whatever, because I don't want to delay anything any farther, and I don't want to lack on the production. If we mess up there and this, we have to recoup on some other end. And there's a couple edits, so those ones are gonna take a little longer for me to go through. But on the baseline, if we do this and we have no cuts and whatever, it doesn't take me long. I've got it down. I know how to adjust the settings so that the picture doesn't get it overexposed. The first couple are overexposed. The least new ones will not be overexposed. So then, and as I went, I got better at it, and then I found both ways to do it. Boom, boom. And then also I figured out in the time lapse of when the audio overlaps the visual, because of whatever the difference between the phone and the microphone, whatever the BPM whatever, it's like so minimal. Every 8 minutes, around 8 minutes, it like goes off by a beat. So every 8 minutes I go and I find like a click or like something like that I can line both. I move it over one, and then I just go every 8 minutes now. So it doesn't take me long. I've mastered that. But then if there is edits, then you have to go listen back and whatever. But then another thing they said was that one of the things was not to edit pod. They used to edit out there like cursing and things like that. They didn't. So I was like, okay, be really particular with what we're editing. We're not editing out like conversations. We're just editing out like slips of.
Because we also edited out like shit that was just people, like when we were saying stuff that was like, we were like cancelable stuff, especially Bree, because Bree was going crazy.
Yeah, it was cancel yeah. But also that was the first one with all of us on it.
Yeah.
I just put out 13. Bree's on 13. Next time I see her, I'm gonna tell her she is great on the podcast.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I actually
even
had
the progression from the first one to the second one is crazy. So I'm like, okay, she's great, and then someone, okay, yeah.
I had somebody say, he's like, you need to keep the girls on the podcast.
Facts. Okay, which brings me to my like topic of the day or whatever. Basically, I want up until the point where there's like too many comments where, like maybe like you're seeing too many negative ones or whatever, and then up until then, because right now there's comments from not all of them, but some of them all on the way, but this one's not gonna be out for another month and a half, so or whatever. So at that point, people have to listen to this one to even hear this. But what I want to do every week is I'm gonna check all the comments every week. And every new comment, shout out the people that commented each time up until it gets unreasonable. But just for the beginning.
You have the ones.
So I did the ones for now up until 13. 13 only came out yesterday, so there's only a couple people that commented. So my assumption is those people may have not watched it or whatever. So, but okay. So the first one was episode 2. There's 2 comments. So they said their average screen time was 7 hours a week.
Oh, so that was when
and we commented back like that's not bad. And that was when we were doing the screen time.
7 hours a week?
That's
7 hours a day.
Okay, I was gonna say that's a
Yeah.
lie.
That's
you
an
lying,
hour
motherfucker.
a day. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, average screen time 7 hours this week. That's what it said. Maybe 7 hours
me.
a
I
day.
left the comment.
It's probably the past week. My average
Shout out
screen
to that
time was
guy.
7 hours a
shout out
day.
to-
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, 7 hours a day. Because 7 hours a week,
7 hours
you
a
No,
probably
it's-
spend 7 hours a week
in
just
the
looking at your
in the past
lock
week.
screen.
In his past week,
It was Eddie's.
It was 7. That was you?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay, so then I'm not gonna say what the name was. I was gonna shout that one out.
Wow.
Good thing you said it. All right. The third.
They'll be able to find it.
Eventually.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they will. Let's go click it.
If you want to, bad enough.
Top comment. Ooh.
All right, the next one was number 3. Q Rich said, hold on, it's a screen recording because it was too hard to screenshot because you couldn't get the name.
Oh my god.
Q Rich 70 said, "What's up, gang? Love the crew. Jason, let's go." So Jason's got a fan.
Woo, 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 woo,
That was
woo,
episode
woo.
3. Episode 5, we had 3 comments. Q Rich 70 again saying, "Wishing and praying elevation to the crew."
I think I know who that is.
Then he said, "Talk about winging it in life and how we evolved to figure it out, which seems to be true essence of growth and development." And then his next reply was, "Ask questions on what has been some things you have winged." So, what is something that you have, like, you've wung it, you've winged it? And then this earlier one was talk about winging it in life.
Let's do that. Let's pause right there.
Okay, yeah. So
Let's
talk
do
about
that.
winging it in life and how we evolved to figure it out, which seems to be true essence of growth and development. Ask questions on what has been some of the things you have winged in life.
Taking off a condom.
Okay.
Everyone just.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't know that problem.
Because you never put it on in the first place.
You know me so
Winging it.
I don't
Well,
know.
I can think of the first 2 things that popped in my brain were both school things, but they were both school things that I was like, oh, I'm pretty good at that, huh? Because they were both just like creative things. Because there was one, it was like 5th grade enrichment. Like, I was so mad we had to do it because it was like over break project. So of course I did it on the way to school, but you basically had to like turn a song into like explain Bernoulli's principle through the song. And to be fair, I still know that Bernoulli's principle is the dynamic between air underneath and above the wing. Like, I learned it because of this, but I literally like just, I think I clashed Mary Had a Little Lamb and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, like clashed them, made that a song, and then put Bernoulli's principle into that. And then I realized that everybody else in my class had like recorded this thing of them just like basically covering a song and not rhyming and just like reading off the paper. And I was like, oh no, did I miss the assignment? Get up there, do my thing. And I'm just like, all right, well, I'm here. I'm the only one that's going to sing. Fuck it, I'm going to sing. Do my thing. And I remember my teacher just kind of like awkwardly staring at me for a solid like 3 to 5 minutes. And the entire class silence. And me just staring back at the teacher like, am I failing? Like, what's happening? And it kept me after class to be like, you are the first person in 5 years that has actually gone above for that assignment. I give that assignment every single year. And 5 years ago, somebody else wrote their own song.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was just like, whoa. And that same teacher ended up, like, gassing me up at the end of the year. Like, sending me off to middle school. She was just like, you are going to be...
And as much as you remember that, I'm sure she remembers it as well.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
You're
Shout out.
talking about... I think I know who you're talking... Oh, no, because you went to a different elementary school than me.
Yeah, for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But,
I would say my thing that I was taking tests. We were running school, like taking tests. I remember in high school, I would literally just like I would like. I guess I paid attention enough to retain information to be able to just like. So I didn't spend time studying the information. I literally like right for whatever it was on. I looked at the paper right before the test and just went in there.
mm-hmm.
And then the one thing I remember, English class, like Romeo and Juliet and all that shit, I had like 3 girls next to me. So I just like looked. I was like, all right, maybe B, maybe C for that one. Because I was like, I'm not really trying to read all that. But the math and stuff I was able to figure out. And then a lot of times with math, I figured out that like with knowing math in different ways, you can figure out shit that like you can remember how to get there. You can kind of like go backwards, you know, so. And then making music originally, like when I first started, even now, so a little, but like, when I first started, you're just like, you're going in there and you're just literally winging it. You're literally going in and just trying to do whatever you can do. And now, like, maybe I'm more, like, aimed or targeted, like, what I'm trying to do. So, but at the beginning, it was really just, like, doing it was the only thing that mattered. It was just doing it. And then now that I've built confidence and whatever, there's still more to go and still, you know. But that was, so, yeah, taking tests, making music. In college, every day, just wing it. Go when you're just out talking to people and just do, like, because that time I was really trying to, like, help. I was around so many young people that I was like, imagine having like 90 people, like, get all, like, because I was young and I was learning and I was like everyone else can, and I was like, imagine having 90 people and 90 whatever, and now it's not, that didn't turn out to be, but, you know, still, like, every one of those days, just, you know, I remember I would go around and just, like, drive to people's house, like, all the, like, the known houses that people hung out with. I would just drive around and, like, go to each one and see if I saw anyone there, whatever. Mm. But, yeah, those would be mine. You said taking off a condom for the first time?
No, just in general. I'm not actually even a real bartender. I just pretend like I know what I'm doing.
True. That's how that's actually a great one, too.
Saying, like, learning how to work. Which definitely was winging it.
Oh, you're right. That is
just kind of jumped into the workforce, pretending to know what I was doing.
I make all these drinks, and half the time people are like, "Yo, can I have this?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, no problem." I'll turn around, and I Google it on my phone how to make it, and then I'll make it, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, it's amazing!" Like, whatever I do, I always mix.
You know how to bartend, you just don't, like, you just aren't, like, that's not your thing. Like, you're not, like, my life as a bartender, so you, like, know all the, where you're flipping the bottles and do it, you know what I mean? It's like, it's the action versus,
had a day
like,
where I was doing that shit. I was getting all fancy.
Facts.
Throwing shit out. I caught one, like, I threw it behind me and caught it.
Yeah, it's just like football. Like, we can go outside and play football right now, and, like, we might be as good as we were, and might not be, all the different things.
I'll always be as good as I was.
Hell yeah, there you go. But then there's an NFL player. That's what they do. So it's like, they're not winging it. They're going or whatever. Shit. I'm sure there's coaches that wing it when they're
Here's
like,
a wing it moment.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard about this. So Mark Andrews apparently was on a plane.
I did see this. Yeah.
He's a tight end for the Ravens, and there was a lady who, like, passed out or some shit.
She had trouble breathing. She had to use oxygen. She had, like, low blood pressure. Blood pressure, yes.
And there's, like, doctors who couldn't figure out what's wrong with her, and then Mark Andrews was like, "Oh, well, that's what they say."
Yeah.
They said, "Oh, it could be a blood pressure." I have a
They said that there was a nurse and a doctor attending to her, but she wasn't, like, getting better or whatever. It wasn't like,
so
it wasn't.
Mark Andrews jumps in there,
yeah,
gives his testing kit or whatever they find.
Well, he said, could it be low blood sugar? I have my diabetes test kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they went, and then
essentially she was fine.
Yeah.
So you could argue saved her life or whatever, but.
So she just needed something to eat is basically what you're saying.
What'd you say?
Moral of the story, she needed something to eat. The first solution of the story was she needed something to eat.
I guess, I don't know. But he hopped in, and it's cool because he's just on a regular plane.
Yeah.
Right.
Just being regular, and he saved somebody's life. Kind of.
Yeah.
It's just Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool. I was like,
on an airplane.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Well, like,
that's definitely a winging it moment.
There's definitely, like, a certain level of winging it, like, in every aspect of life.
True.
Because, like, that's how, like, I think, like you said, like, you gain experience by winging it, and then you wing it more, so you can gain more experience, and you become better.
You gotta try it.
And then once you do it, now it's not as much.
I think winging it is, like, this is your space of the shit that you are comfortable with, and winging it is just outside of that. Because it's like, oh, fuck it, throw the Hail Mary.
Which he says, wing it, which seems to be the true essence of growth and development.
Yeah. I know who that is.
True.
I know who that is.
I have no idea who it is.
I don't know his name, though.
The second school story, right? I'm still, like, resentful about. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because my teacher got it, but nobody else got it, and, like, they tried so hard to, like, ridicule me about this, and then every time I further explained it, everybody would shut up, and they would just keep going. So it got to the point where I was getting pissed about this joke. But we read we were supposed to read The Life of Pi over summer.
The Life of Pi.
Calvin definitely Spark Notes.
Spark Notes was definitely goated.
It was.
The Life of
Some kids weren't smart enough to
and there was
how to change the Spark Notes.
Yeah, there was another one too.
I was so good at
Oh,
that.
There's like
I
a
know what you're
second
talking
one that
about.
was like it would give you different like little side information that Spartans didn't give you. So
I know what you're talking
But,
about, but I can't remember what it was
I
called.
think I started with a C, but
the
like chest notes. Nah, it wasn't that. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, it came out later. I know what you're talking
But it was
about.
a second.
Yeah,
It was
it
like
was
a yeah.
Cheezers.
I don't think it was Cheezers.
Ask Jeeves. Like, that was the old one. Finish your story. though.
we were supposed to make something or like either choose something or make something that we thought that whatever his name is in Life of Pi. I can't believe I don't remember this, but regardless, whatever the main
One.
Huh?
1,
2.
3.
Quattro.
That we
Nice.
thought he could use on
Say,
the raft,
say.
and
What?
I thought it would be really cool, and so I
There you go.
not really knot guy. I looked up the knots. and
No, he said
it was a
siete.
tension knot that I figured he could tie to the back of the boat because he could easily pull his water and his rations off of it, but he could also keep it away from the tiger, and so it wouldn't leave. And I thought it was pretty awesome. My teacher thought it was pretty cool too. But
I'm more of the
Yeah.
of movie. Did you see the movie, dude? It was way better than the book.
next,
I'd ask you to repeat the story.
no one cares. Next,
but
It's
I
okay.
don't want you to
I'm
repeat it.
gonna rewatch it and then I'll know what you said.
Speaking of
When
winging
Wayne
it,
Davis
this
does
is a hot take right here. A dude at my work, you'll know who I'm talking about, just got fired for laundering money through my work. Yeah.
No way.
He only laundered recorded 15 grand last year on top of whatever else it was that he got caught for. But there's 15 grand of unaccounted for money through him. He's laundering money.
No.
Yeah. He got fired. Crazy.
That's crazy.
And I kind of know how he did it. So I'll talk about it. So
Sure.
So I'll talk about it.
So what he did is I've had people come in who they bring these little Visa gift cards.
Do you really want to say it?
I'm not doing anything illegal. I didn't do it.
All right.
It's not me. Shit.
Thanks.
You're speculating anyways. You don't
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what is the visas are boosted off somebody's credit card or whatever. So somebody uses someone's credit card or whatever, they steal a credit card or whatever, they buy a $500 Visa, those prepaid ones, and they take that Visa, they go buy something, and they tip the remainder of the money. Then the remainder of the money gets sent, because now you don't take it out in cash. It used to be in cash. I got this tip, I take this tip out, the $400 tip, take it out, but now it just gets sent to you. So in the system at the restaurant, they'd swipe that Visa. He'd have people come in with those boosted Visas. They'd swipe the Visa, 1 penny, leave $499.99 as a tip. He would get sent that on his thing, when the system would process what your tips were. He would get that sent to him, and then by the time the credit card company catches that it was fraud and they reverse that charge, the Visa's already been purchased and already been swiped, and the money's already been sent. So he did that consistently
Oh my gosh.
with multiple people. So he made, I don't know how much he actually made. If he got caught for 15, I'm sure he did a lot more.
So he just stole a card from the store.
Yeah. So that money though, I don't know.
How did you get the money to start with? Is what I'm saying. Thinking.
That I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if it's just stolen credit cards or if it's money from other things
Got you.
and just transferring it.
Because you could steal a credit card, buy a big
Buy a
$500
card,
gift
and then-
Visa,
Yeah. Okay. I see
cut
what
the
you're
credit,
saying.
throw away the credit card. Now you got a Visa gift card.
Or you use illegal to get a thing
Yeah.
somewhere in physical. Here's $500. I get the $500
You have
physical.
good enough counterfeit.
And you
yeah.
take that and you charge it. You get the tip. Now it's legal money because you get taxed on it because it's how much you made.
it's washing it.
Yeah, washing. Isn't that what laundering is?
Yeah.
Well, the money washer is the person laundering money.
There you go.
But the act of washing it is making.
But he got caught. And the thing
Dirty
about it
clean.
is he can't get in trouble
Wash
for it in terms of the store because every time you have a tip that's over 50%, a manager has to swipe to approve it. And as soon as a manager swipes, it becomes whatever the manager swiped was their responsibility. So the managers and the store are the ones who are responsible for the 15 grand that's missing. because the credit card company hits up, like, you owe us this. Like, this was canceled. This was fake. This went through you. Oh,
Sorry.
Gotta cut that.
There's a nah.
Yeah, nah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hits up that place, and so they have to.
I
I didn't get all
can
the
you-
information.
Can you
Timestamp.
timestamp that?
Yeah, I can't believe I did that. It's 7:40 on there.
Which one is this? This is 23.
Yep.
23. Oh, you have a little list of mistakes.
Well, I have a list of like. Right before I post the podcast, I go and I listen to like every like 5 minutes or so, and I get all the like the topics, and I write the topics out in
Oh,
each
wow.
one. That way, people, whatever. So, okay, so the next one was number 7. Shout out QRich70 again, top commenter, saying topics about girls versus guys are always interesting. And then he said everyone should wear the shirts too. Nice touch to have that as the logo picture on the wall. That'd be nice. And then he said that'd be a nice name on the podcast, picture on the wall. So basically he said that the shirts would be dope to have on the wall. At this point, this was the main background. So shout out Q Rich. We got
it.
We got the neon sign.
We did it.
Good job riding with that idea.
Now we're just waiting on the air cannon.
Appreciate you for that. Oh yeah.
We could be
Yeah.
grabbing these.
All right,
from
the next
air
one
cannon.
was
I would
episode
love to do
10.
that.
That'd be so fun.
Or I have a side. What real quick before you say that?
Yeah.
What if we ordered? I don't know if you can do this. I know you can order fortune cookies, but order your custom fortune cookies where you write all the fortunes.
Mm.
So instead of you can do the same thing, the same concept where but you write them all in the fortunes. We have a bin of fortune cookies and we crack it open and that's the question. But continue.
True. So 10 is nothing
That'd
great.
Yeah.
10 is trying to get the
You have
there we
no
go.
Comments?
QRich70 again said keep it up,
Shout
gang. Much love and support. So
Woo,
shout
woo,
out
woo,
to
woo,
QRich70.
woo, 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 woo.
Appreciate you, man. All right, number 11. We have user. So they're hidden.
Oh no, it's a bot.
Maybe.
I hope it's hate.
Sign up
Said-
to my OF.
User DP1 VW4MM2N said words are absolutely magic, especially the words you use in your head. Loving this podcast so far. Then they said, hell yes, I'm gonna put my friends on. Can I get some social media links? So we need to go on so episode 11 you should go and drop your
Put
social
the
media.
links.
And then
Follow us at Oceans on Arrival on everything.
yes. And then episode
We say that
12.
every video,
Hmm?
for the most part. We try to say that every video.
Yeah. I'm Indigo Ryan the Navigator.
Jason the Guru say what's the
REYEN.OOA on Instagram.
My Instagram. I don't even know what my Instagram
So
is.
there we go. Plug that. Oceans on Arrival on everything.
Don't follow me on anything.
Jason.
All right.
You can follow Ocean on Arrival though.
All right. So
Someone's vibrating the table and it's like
It's really
weird.
pissing Eddie off.
Yeah.
so
I think it's
and
fine.
then
Really
here's the
grind
last
my
comment.
ears.
It's really grinding.
Last
It's really
comment.
weird.
Episode 12. Pokey Sparky said
Shout
for
out Michael.
topic suggestions, talk about your favorite, most memorable stories from Baby, as that pertains to us. Pokemon and Pokemon MMO, and things you're looking forward to most on becoming a dad. And we can
Damn.
add things that you look forward to most being a dad. We'll add to you. So we'll add those 3. Pokemon MMO is definitely a solid game, I'd say.
Yeah.
Overall.
I like
Yeah.
the random battle aspect of it.
I think it's a
fun.
great game that encompasses Pokemon in general, and we hope that Pokemon as a company will get back to the
They won't.
They
They don't exist anymore.
What? All right.
Yeah, it's a good game. I like it. I think it's some BS sometimes when you get hacked or that's just regular Pokemon though.
You get what?
Get hacked or timer lose and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
Should give
Just
it a
get
little
get your
more
game
time.
up.
You know what we
You
should
gotta
do,
get your
dude?
game up. You gotta
Because
make your
I
decisions
wanna-
faster. That's
I
all.
hit a wall in
Thanks.
mine, so I haven't been playing on mine. And you had this idea a long time ago, where we do like the Nuzlocke, but it's like where the Pokemon are connected. So
Oh,
whatever we
so
catch, we name them the
so
same.
link.
And if one of them dies on one, they both die. So whenever you're ready to play the game, we should do that
I'll be down to do a solo
and just
link
play it
if we
live.
do
We'll
that.
just play that character whenever we're both playing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely a great
because
game.
I hit a wall,
Yeah.
so I'm not I'm not really playing,
But
and I kind of just want to make a fresh character from scratch.
that's just with Pokemon in general. Because if you're trying to play
Yeah.
Pokemon, you'd be playing that game, right?
Probably. Even though we put so much time into like the multi-gen lock. Well, I did. I put a lot of hours into it. And I got like a decent
I have a
amount
lot of hours
shinies.
in that shiny hunt. Don't hate on my shiny hunt, Ryan.
But this
I'm
is
at 7,000
actually,
something
even
right
though
now.
it won't be, it's
I'm
no
at, like,
cartridges.
4,000, not even.
I'm at
Like
7.
3.
I'm almost at odds.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know. It's back and forth because I think it is. There's parts of the cartridges that do have the perks, but this game, the pros are so vast compared to like just playing on the cartridge. You know, the only thing I'd say that's better on the cartridge is like one, you can keep it in your possession, not on the internet, because that could technically crash.
At
And
the
you
end
can
of the
lose
day,
everything.
yeah, that's exactly right.
2, you can shiny hunt the starters and the gift Pokemon. You can't do that. There's no software setting on that one because it's on
Yeah,
multiplayer.
but you can catch
online.
the starters though, right?
You can catch them,
So.
but they're super rare. Like they're equivalent to, let's see, $2.5 million in the game is equivalent to $10 in real life. So 10 million is like $40, and the starters go for like 170 million. So 40 times 17. 34,
640.
68, 680.
Wait, what did it go back through that math again?
All right, every $10 million in game is $40.
$40,
in real
yeah.
life. So
Okay, so
100 million is
170. I got you.
400.
40 times 70, 17. Yeah,
So 680.
yeah.
So those shiny starters cost 680 real dollars. So you could literally, if you got one, you could make some money.
Yeah.
If someone's willing to buy it.
But how
with
much
real
time
money.
does it take for you to make $680?
I can make 600 a couple different ways before I'd catch one on there.
Yeah.
A lot of time.
But like we always say, it only takes one.
It only takes one.
It only takes one.
So if you actually were like, if
One
you
encounter to
had
get it.
people who actually would buy the shinies from you with real money, like you'd probably have to do it for less because they're not going to buy it for 680. Because you could just go on there and you could buy it for 680.
Actually,
But
no.
you could sell for $600. Normally it would cost 680. I'll give it to you for 600. What?
You gotta turn off the like the AC or the heat during it
Oh.
because you on the like it's basically like on the bottom of the mics.
Oh.
So when I listen back, I hear it. I'm like, I didn't turn it off or
Heard.
whatever. So I'll turn it off in like 2 minutes.
So technically, and I don't know how legal that. I think it's not. They don't like that in the game, like having real life money that people trade. But technically speaking, it would be a black market. So if we actually could start a black market. And I also had this side idea. I think I mentioned this before.
Confessing to starting a black market on a podcast.
Yeah. I probably won't do
After
it.
teaching everybody how to
Launder
correctly launder their money.
If I said it,
Oh yeah.
It's definitely
Then
low
it's all
tide
good.
right here.
I wonder what I'm not saying. No, but if we could actually do that and sell shinies in reality, or give them away. Because I thought about this, right? You can buy a decent amount of shinies for like $2 million, which is like $10. So if you were like, if we did a giveaway with people, like we're doing the battles, and the battles get a decent amount of views. Like some of them have like 40, 50 views. If we do it in the battles, we put as the title like shiny giveaway for whatever. We could I could easily throw $10, buy like a shiny Growlithe, and give away a shiny Growlithe. And people are like, oh shit, he gave me a shiny Growlithe for free. But really, it costed us $10 in real life, which is like, oh, let's just not go to Chipotle today and eat at home.
Chipotle.
And I made that $10 over there. It's an idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
I might do it. A little giveaway.
I would say for us, like baby, we went like every year for like 15 years.
I like the idea of
to this
making a
one,
black market,
like lake
though.
resort. So for me, I would say just like being able to go to Canada for a little bit every year, and then just like having a place where you had fun, and they had like competitions, and I was like really good at shuffleboard. So I was
really
like,
good at
I would
bocce.
look forward to winning shuffleboard, things like that. So that would be my favorite. And then, so the the dad question. Favorite thing about becoming a dad, and then favorite thing about being a dad, or what's coming next, I guess he said.
Well, I'm just excited to just hold the little guy. That's really it. I just want to hold him and like, ooh, look at him. You know what I mean? That's what I want. And then I don't know. But I'm gonna be taking some time off work, so I'm gonna be like, yeah, you're getting me out of work, which is nice. And I also know like, because like, Keto will want me to like be in the room at night, but because the baby will wake up and be crying, I'm like, oh, I'll take him out. I'm gonna take him to the studio and just play video games. and I'll have a good reason to do it.
That's so crazy that you just said that. Because I've literally witnessed this man do that. All those same things.
But like take out.
Like Carter, like especially when he was like 1 year old or something like that. Like he would like Carter would be crying or something like that, and like he would just be on the couch when I came home. Especially Taco Mac nights, right? I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not.
It doesn't matter. We don't work there anymore.
Yeah.
And they're all over Georgia, so
Yeah.
I don't care. That's fine.
But
History.
especially on Taco Mac nights, and I was getting home at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And like I would come home and he'd be like on the couch playing video games still, and Carter would be like either like half asleep or slumped or like wide awake. It'd be like one of those three.
I can just imagine like 4 a.m. he's wide awake just watching you play video games. Yeah, so I'm excited for that because I'll have a good excuse to just be like, because otherwise, like if I'm up too late, like playing video games, Keita will come to the studio and just like stare at me, and I'm like, fine. I have to go to bed.
And get the feels.
It's just so weird. Because like you were a kid. When I was a kid, I was like I had to answer my parents. Then you're like free for a little bit. And then your wife makes you answer her. Like, what happened? Unless I really put my foot down. Like, if I'm really like, no, then I can do whatever I want. But most of the time, it's like, I don't care that much.
So worth it.
It's not, I don't care that much.
Yeah.
To like, I'll give you what you want because I really don't give a fuck. Unless
Nice.
I really give a fuck, then I'm getting what I want. And that's that. Because
Nice.
Because you decided to wing it one night.
I decided to win. Exactly.
So what are you looking forward to being as a dad already? Not that you should look too far forward because you should enjoy the present. But
Yeah, that's rough. It's super rough because it's like it's also because it's hard not to say everything and just do the like parent thing, but I don't know, man. It's primarily just knowing that like how hard I work to do the right thing on a daily basis, knowing that's what he's watching. So just the anticipation of like, yo,
that's gonna manifest into?
You're gonna be a beast, and he already is. Like he's
Yeah.
freaking stocky. He's like linebacker material in the
Hell
middle.
yeah.
Like this man's shoot a ball. He can kick a ball. He can like he's gonna be a beast. And so it's just like it's no. I literally turned to I said it to him one like a week or two ago, but I turned to Bree like a couple days ago, and I was like, hey. She's like, what are you laughing at? I was like, I'm raising a monster, like, but the best kind of monster. And so, because he had done something where I was just like, dang, kid. Like,
Well, you always
how
want the
did
next
you-
generation to be better than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so just kind of watching it. And it's also learning from him. Learning from him
Yeah.
is probably my
Which is
favorite.
awesome.
Because it's just like watching his version of critical thinking and being like, because one thing I love about children, like start paying attention because you'll see it in every single child, right? I would argue 3 and under, every single kid. Whichever path they took to get there, they're taking that path back. So if like there was a chair in the middle of a room and they decided to go around to the right, they're going back around to the left. And if there's something blocking around to the left, they will not go around to the right.
They're gonna climb over, or
Like
they're gonna find a way to go to
whatever path they went. They're like ants. I'm tracking the same
dope.
path back because I'm gonna make sure I get back to where I'm going. And that's what's wild to me because it's just like that's exactly you can watch it happen.
Okay,
True.
here's a question. So Amber does this. She did this earlier. She brought in the donuts, and Keita already told her she can't have any more snacks because Amber just always be eating snacks if it was up to her. And I don't get it, but I think we ate a lot of
Respect.
snacks as a kid, so I can kind of understand. But she's already had no snacks. Like usually after her last dinner because she has so many. Last dinner of the night, it's like no more snack. We try to do no more snacks. Like, and we'll be like, okay, this is your last moment to get something. If you do this, like if you like flip the dishes, then you can have this, and it's your last chance. And she'll usually do it. But she came with the donuts, and she's like, hey, do you want a donut? I don't want a donut necessarily, and I'm not feeling amazing, so I'm just like, that's probably not good right now. I'm like, no, I'm okay. She offers them to Eddie.
I pretty much say the same thing.
He's like, no. And then I was like, do you want a donut? And she's like, I can't have any more snacks. But I know she only came and offered us donuts, so if we get one, that she could get one too. So in my mind, my question is, when you see them trying to pull a fast one on you, do you allow them to pull the fast one?
Oh,
Knowing that what they did, they're walking this route, do you shut them? But in reality, you shouldn't have more snacks. But the other side of it is, do I allow you to finesse me? Because it's teaching you to be smart to get what you want.
I don't know if you allow them to finesse you, but
You have to.
I don't think you shut down their.
Yeah,
You don't shut them down from trying to learn how to get things that they want.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't let them win. Like, that's not what it,
Exactly.
her maybe coming asking you Mommy said I can't have a donut, but can I have one? Maybe you'd be like, all right, but shh, and you give her one.
No,
right?
hell
And,
no.
You know what I
'Cause
mean?
then
Or
you
don't.
can't do that. There's another day where,
Okay, that's a good point. You're
where
right.
Feed the raccoon.
she asked me if she
Yeah.
could have snacks.
Yeah.
And I was like, no more snacks. Because she was being a little menace. And when
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
a menace, you don't get, it's over. If you want to be good, you can give, whenever she's good, I give her whatever she wants. When she's good and she's being good and she's listening, whatever she asks for, I'm like, sure. Because you're doing good. It's I have no reason to tell you no.
Mm-hmm.
But
True.
when she's a menace, you don't get nothing. You
Yeah.
get nothing.
Yeah.
Because you need
Facts.
to not be a menace.
Yeah. What's funny about this story is that I literally watched
Boring.
I watched Amber walk up to Keita with the donuts, and Keita tell her and say, "I don't want a donut right now," and then say, "You can't. I already told you can't have any more snacks in the night." And then I watched her proceed to walk to the studio as I'm walking downstairs, decide to turn around and walk back, and then decide to actually to go in and
Yeah.
then go. And
So-
I was like, "Oh."
So there was a
this is
night
geek.
where I told her, I was like, no more snacks. She's being a menace.
Mhm.
And I'm sitting on the bed, and I think I was putting socks on. And she literally goes to Keita. She's like, come here. And then Keita goes like that. She whispers, can I have? And asks for a snack. I was like, are you seriously asking for a snack right in front of me when I just told you?
Facts.
And I was like, no, go to your room. That's it.
Yeah, you got to be
'Cause
united.
that's
front.
ridiculous.
You got to be united front. That's
Right
that's
in
true.
front of me. You couldn't wait for me to leave the room.
As parents, you definitely have to be united.
Yeah,
front
you can't let
against-
them. Yeah.
You also
But yeah, so you got to let them learn that that's not the way to do it.
But, okay.
you want to break down the finesse. That's what I've come to find. Because
See, I didn't know if I should do that.
I'll let it play out.
Should I tell her that I know what she's trying to do?
Yeah, yes, because you have to allow them to realize they're doing that thinking. Because it takes critical thinking. And first and foremost, as a parent, you're a teacher.
Yeah.
Teach this child how to become a grown-up.
Yeah.
And so you have to break it down. So there's a lot of times I'll let him go through the whole thing. Then I'm like, all right, come here. So why didn't that work? Because you knew you weren't supposed to do this. You tried this. You tried this. You tried this. You tried all these things to go around what you were supposed to do.
That's so funny. Because I can see that Carter's a little devious. Dude.
And he sits there and he tries so hard not to make eye contact with me during these talks too. Because
yeah.
he knows he's beat.
Yeah,
Yo,
And
you know
so
what-
you have to put it in front of his, you got to put it in
He
front of
knows
his
he's beat. That's so
Dude,
funny.
yeah.
He's a 2-year-old. You know you're beat.
When,
bro.
okay, so at the
Hilarious.
baby shower, I don't know. I missed what happened. But it was, remember when he smushed up the strawberries or whatever and it got on the
yeah.
ground? I don't know what happened. But he either spit it up or he smushed up strawberries and they were on the ground. And we saw it too late. I didn't even see the mess, but he made a mess. And Bree was scolding him. She's like, "You're embarrassing me!" She's not seriously. She's like, whatever. But the whole time, Carter's like, no. Doing that. I'm like, dude, that would piss me off so much.
Get ready.
If he was like, la la, I'd be like, motherfucker.
So
I'm
hard.
talking to you, damn it.
Yeah, and he's just
That's
like,
right. That's probably, I'll say that's the roughest part. The roughest part is knowing if you were 3 years older, if you were 3 years older and did the exact same thing you just did, we would have a problem.
But you're
because
3
you
years
little
younger.
smart. It was so
Like,
funny though.
Because you're gonna get away with it.
That
Like,
is
you
the-
know it. 'Cause
that's
they
the tough
can't
part
do
about
anything
dealing with
about
smart children.
it. Yeah,
Is that
It
you have
is,
to
it's
deal with
hilarious,
them
though.
being smart. They're
Yeah.
gonna be whatever.
they're
And-
little people.
and you can't do anything to them besides if you're their parent, you can take things away from them or whatever. But
You know what
There's nothing-
I actually thought about though? When I one of the times Amber did something bad or whatever, and I was just like, okay, go to your room. Because you have to do 4 bad things in a row for me to be like, go to your room. You're done. You ran out of chances for today. And I realized she's little, so she listens to what I'm saying. But at some age point, because I hit this age point, you can't. The kid will be like, no. Like, what are you gonna do? Because in reality, I'm not gonna do shit. I'm not gonna hit you.
Yeah, exactly. You can't.
I'm not gonna do shit. So it's like it only works because you're listening to what I'm saying.
You can do a lot more than hit the kid.
Yeah, but still, think about it though. If you
take everything away from them, it's like fine. You don't want to go to your room.
yeah,
I'll
but then
take
that's
all, like,
the
literally all
other
your
thing too.
stuff.
But if you're willing to do that as the kid, if you're like, fine, take it. Then what?
This is what I mean by you have
But the kid had to really go there.
Like, really, like, fine,
you have
take it.
you have to teach.
I'll sleep on the
You
floor.
have to teach, and you have to explain the finesse, because in a situation like that, you're saying no, right? All right,
Yeah.
well, so be it. We're gonna keep going. You're gonna ask me for something. I'm gonna tell you no.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
Because when you told
If
me
you give him no
no,
bread, bro,
But, like,
he's gonna be
literally,
hungry.
if
So.
you
when
were-
you told
okay.
me no,
Okay.
I broke down what was wrong with you telling me no. If you double down on it, this is where we're at now.
Yeah. But
And
if you,
so-
what I'm saying is, if you're the kid right now, like if I was like 12 and I'm your son, right, and I'm willing to just lose it all, like I'm really willing to be, like, I don't care, I don't want it,
So be it.
I don't want it, nothing,
Say it
and I
again-
just sit here. I get
say it
home from
again in a week.
school, and I sit here, and I just sit and stare at the wall all day long. Then I go to bed. I do the same.
Well,
thing
what
over
did you
and
do
over.
it though?
How long before you I know you wouldn't. Really, but how? I'm just hypothetical.
I would say
How?
like 2 or 3 days.
But who cracks first? Because the parent, I'm
Definitely
looking
the-
at it like,
definitely
damn, I
the
don't want to
parent.
send you to.
Definitely
Your,
the
I don't want
parent.
like, oh, I still gotta feed you. I'm gonna feed you like cardboard. Like, no, I'm still gonna cook you food. Then what are you gonna? Oh, I'm not salting this food.
Yeah,
because
we're
you
not-
but we're
Just
not
give him
picking,
cereal.
You're giving vegetables.
See, no,
You're giving them, like-
You're making him live as long as
No,
possible,
you know
staring
what?
at the wall.
I realized really early that you cannot use vegetables as a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ever.
you can't.
Because then they become the punishment thing.
Yeah, you have to.
That's
But
fair.
You have
Yeah.
to make them part of just.
y'all are
part of the
also
meal.
They're just food.
Y'all are just doing too much work. Let them bury themselves. So in this specific instance, right? All I'm gonna do is probably like once an hour. I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Hey, you should meditate on this," and walk away. Hey, you should think about this while you're sitting.
But what if they
And
just?
walk away.
No, I'm
And-
not saying this would actually
because
happen. I'm just
if it
saying-
happens, then it's going to happen. I'm not gonna
But
sit here
think
and
about
fight
it.
you. This is your
Think about
life.
it.
That's your choice to do it.
Facts. Most kids have like the.
I'ma let
the
you sit there.
outbursts.
The kid will become a comedian at that point.
But yeah, most kids have the outburst. But what if the kid was just like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
chilling.
Then we're chilling.
Well, like, what do we do?
Why is it-
Exactly.
Why would that be an
Where
issue?
do you go from there?
I don't know.
Like if the kid is so stubborn.
I'd hope the kid has some sort of drive that he want to do something other than just stare at a wall.
And that's why, and,
But
like,
what if he's just like,
'Cause
I'm
I was
gonna live.
outside like every
But
day,
at
all
that
day.
point, we're like getting away from the problem at hand because you said 4 times, right? And then you're going to the room. You're saying no now. But like, what if you're this stubborn and the fact of like you're cool with not having anything? Why would you even like? This
True, you might as well just do the right thing the first
Do
time.
the right thing.
I just thought about that because I was like, I tell her to go to her room and she goes to her room, but I was like, at some point she could be like, no, and I'd be like, okay, well I'll take that from you. She'd be, I don't care. Okay, I'll take that. It's like you only take so much shit for they have nothing left, and then what? Where do you go from there?
I mean, I've been in that. Like as the kid, I've been in that situation several times. Like
See,
I
never
was that
had.
kid.
I never had everything.
I was a kid
taken from me.
I was the kid where I was like, I'm gonna make my own fun, take it. Like I'll figure it out. I'll do something.
Nah, dude.
I used to sit there and like draw on the carpet, make it
I play
across
taps
my
for
whole.
myself.
Yeah, like I made my own fun. I made it work.
Yeah,
But
it just sounds like what you say if you gotta
He
go.
always wins.
and I will say I might be biased because my mom let me do it. Like there were several times where I would be in my room and I'm sitting here and I'm fumigating. Like yeah,
I was like, I got all my toys taken all the time.
yeah.
Meanwhile, I just have one toy to get away.
No, like it would. Yeah, I had a single black mother. Like yeah, it was was gone.
Hell yeah.
Was gone. There was one time she did cut meat out of my diet.
Out of your diet, you said?
And
Like,
there
what
like
do you
there was I remember this day specifically because she ordered a supreme pizza.
Ooh.
And I had to eat salad. I was just like especially because I don't like salad. Like specifically, I like greens. I like a lot of vegetables.
Oh,
but
I
had
have
to
a
eat
salad in
on
my
that day.
car. Oof, should remember that. It's cold out
You
there.
did what in your car?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Awesome salad.
Salad.
I got 2
But,
salads in my car actually.
Where
Pretty
was
good,
it?
too.
I saw
But yeah, you
I
gotta
saw a
teach.
video of a kid in the driveway. The dad's pissed about something. He's like, do you want your Xbox or do you want his ass whooping? And he has a belt in his hand. The kid's like, I want my Xbox. He's like, yeah, good choice. And he hops in the car, and it's like right behind the car. And he just drives over the Xbox, and the kid's like devastated on the ground, like crying. He could have just taken the ass whooping. He wouldn't have broken the Xbox. But he tried. He evaded what he had. Because obviously something led up to this. Like your dad's just not coming home like, who's getting the ass whooping?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But if he's gonna drive it, but it's most likely he got driven to this point.
Yeah.
To a point where he's gonna put the Xbox underneath the car, and like he worked for that Xbox.
You have to. I have so much of a respect for electronics that I would never do that. Cause like one time I told Amber.
I'm sorry, I gotta get this out real quick. He shoots the air cannon in the air. He just reaches out like, which one's am I whooping today?
Who's gonna get it?
Who's getting the ass whooping?
Oh, little Jimmy. I'm sorry.
It's just a paintball gun. You blast him.
Oh, Jimmy.
So he had a big belt. He should have taken the ass whooping. He would have had his Xbox still.
I definitely would have took the ass whooping.
Definitely would have taken that.
Yeah, this is a
There
dumb
were several
choice.
times I chose the ass whooping.
I guess he didn't really think his dad would run over the Xbox, but the Xbox was on the concrete right behind a tire. Like that's pretty it's pretty close.
Every time I hear Amber drop some shit, some electronic, I'm just like, motherfucker, what did she drop? Because I gave her like we had this iPad that she just completely destroyed, and it was like $150 to fix. And we should have bought a case for it because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna give it to her. I'll just let her use it. And then within like a week, she like broke the corner of it. Was messed up. Like the side of the screen is already destroyed. The button that you click on it doesn't click anymore. You have to use the thing. And I was like, you ruined this so fast. Like I was like, I couldn't do that I could do that if I tried, but it's crazy. But when I was younger, yeah, I did break devices and I did lose devices. But I feel like I had a greater respect for electronics. But I don't know if I'm just biased. Because I broke one DS because I was using Action Replay and I fucking corrupted the whole system. Just cheating. And then I lost the DS. I left it when we went on vacation. I left it there. And it was right when Diamond and Pearl came out and I had Pearl in there. And all I had was the Chimchar. And I was like, oh, I'm going to charge my DS before we leave.
And it was a decent drive.
It was a long drive.
By the time you remember, we were too far.
Yeah. So it took me a while to
get. You know what's crazy is I actually found the DS in a hotel one time and it had Pearl on it.
I was literally as you talking, I was thinking of this.
What state was it in?
What state was it in?
One of the 48 Continental.
Was it Maryland?
Sure.
No, this is what color was it?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Give me my DS.
He fucking stole my.
Yeah.
You were like, what color? Hold up. Yeah.
So I can.
No, I was just curious because if you would have said black and red, it would have been hilarious.
No, I lost the white one.
Oh, you lost the white one.
The black and red one is the one I got after that I corrupted.
You lost it in North Carolina.
Yeah, at a beach.
Right.
It was like a beach house.
I was just devastated. And the thing that's crazy to me that I didn't even get as a kid, like we drove and we were already like 3 hours away, like left. And I told her, I was like, oh, I left my DS. And my dad was like, oh, it was gone now. And in my mind, I would be so pissed. But if we were going, it was like, oh, I left the iPad. If we were like 2 hours from getting home, I'd probably just drop everyone off and go back. Or I'd just go back immediately. But it'd be like, you don't have this anymore. Maybe that's what he was like in his mind. He's like, I'm going to take it from you anyway, so you just lose it. That's that. But to leave it, to just say it's gone. That's like when the zombies are coming, your friend just trips.
You probably could have like called.
Your friend trips. He's gone.
You probably could have called and at least attempted to maybe even get it shipped back to
like
you.
The ants thing you just said earlier today with me.
What?
Tell me what you said about the
ants.
Man,
that was so funny. So I have several like videos of ants that live in my brain rent free. Don't know why, they just fascinate me. They're so funny to me. But one of my favorites is the one where like it's about 5 to 6 ants on a leaf, and they're trying to keep going, but the next leaf's too high.
Oh yeah, they're helping each other.
The one like gaps and is the structure, and so they all climb up his back, and you see him like going as if to push him up, and then you see him going at like to get pulled up, and they just dip, and you see his legs just stop like. He seems so beat in that moment, and I thought it was so freaking hysterical. Cause I was just like, dang, that's like that ant felt that emotion.
My favorite ant video I've ever seen is a dude. He sees an ant and he puts down like some bread.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's
I
too
was talking
big.
about those too.
So the ant goes back to get his boys, but he takes the bread
Switches
away,
it
and it's
out.
like the random things. Now his boys go up to grab it, and it's like, what the hell is this? Fucking Jimmy over there doesn't know what the fucking. That's not bread.
That's hilarious.
Fucking Jimmy, like, you know.
All those
Everyone's
insects
scouting
under
again.
microscopes are like terrifying.
Do
looking.
you know how many ants there are?
Trillions
Oh, yeah.
upon trillions.
Crazy, man.
Trillions.
A lot of ants.
That's a lot of ants.
Dude, I feel like the ants are like aliens. Antlians.
Yeah, I think ants are like the bees of the ground, the bees and wasps of the ground.
They just don't fly.
They just don't
I
fly.
honestly
Some ants
feel
do
like the
fly, don't they?
bugs
do fly.
are not from this planet. If I had to bet on it, they're not from this planet.
I wonder what the odds are. Like,
Yeah, what are the odds? What's the over-under?
Why do you think bugs aren't from this planet?
Dude, look at everything that's from this planet
Well,
and look
mesquite-
at bugs.
well, they drop like millions of mosquitoes that are robotic. Like,
No,
That
a
is
couple
true.
reasons. One, oh yeah, they actually do, but okay, I have so many thoughts right now. It's too much. One, if you zoom in on the bugs, dude, they look freaking terrifying. They look like aliens. Like pull up a picture of a zoomed
Said
in
the same
ant.
thing about some fish though, like
Well-
some marine life,
Fair.
and
Yeah.
some of the creatures deep in the
Well,
middle
I
of the
feel like the
rainforest.
aliens are
Deep
actually, or the fish are actually the natives.
Have you ever? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But the like the warthog whose tusks grow so big it can kill itself.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, whoever designed that one, fucked up. They're sitting in the lab like horn increase, it just goes too far. Send. Like whoops.
damn.
They
What?
had to nerf it.
Have you ever seen a picture of the
Sure, they did have to
human
nerf it.
anatomy, right? And it's like the nervous system, but it's like just the nervous system by itself. You ever seen that picture? Looks like a basically.
Oh
it's
yeah,
almost
yeah, yeah.
like
I know what you're talking
blue
about.
strains
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
eyeballs,
Ew.
and that's inside of all of us right now.
That's what lets us
You're
move.
gross.
But
Not inside of
when
me.
you said, when you said about bugs being strange, being weird, like that's something that's strange and weird to me. But are we aliens? Some of us might be.
Maybe. So.
Yes.
Are we aliens?
There's some.
Okay, well, isn't there a part of our DNA that's found nowhere else on the planet? DNA strands within our body that doesn't exist anywhere on Earth? Is that a fact?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's
if
like,
the
yeah,
human
the
anatomy
one-
is fully
The one.
discovered. Though.
Also,
Chemical.
didn't the scientists discover
dropped
that
out
our
of-
DNA has been genetically
I
altered?
dropped out of anatomy one, so.
Oh yeah, there's plastic in it now.
Well, besides from the mercury in the fish.
And
Disaccharides.
And the what?
Neanderthal DNA.
The NFL. Neanderthal.
That might be a bit of a stretch.
No, if I had to bet aliens are bugs, some bugs are aliens. You ever watch Men in Black?
Yeah,
Should've
I
watched
gotta
it.
watch some more Men in Black. I've seen Men in Black too.
Ooh.
What was
Yeah,
it,
watch
green?
Men in Black
Don't go
1,
green.
2.
Don't go green. Don't go green. It's green. Yeah.
My favorite is when
It's bug.
they shoot the dude's head and then he grows back.
Yeah.
You're like,
you know how bad that.
Or I like when Will Smith kicks the guy in the balls. You know, the guy's like, he's a Balchinian. He pulls out his balls are right there.
yeah.
That's
Peter
hilarious.
Griffin face.
Yeah, the Balchinian. That's hilarious. My dad thought that was so funny first when he showed me it. Balchinian.
I just, bruh.
Oh, man. My dad, I can't even say. My dad always had. I probably get my sense of humor from him because he always said so many inappropriate jokes, but he said the funniest shit ever. But he would say it like where he's whispering, but it's like a little too loud to be whispering. So as you're hearing the joke, you feel like other people are hearing it too, but you know that they shouldn't be hearing it, which makes it more funny.
I remember one time, I don't know if I've ever, it might have been a couple times, maybe I've laughed harder, but one time we were in New York City
Oh yeah.
and my mom was sleeping and my dad just made some random comment about her and then he started busting out laughing to the point where my dad starts laughing like hella.
Oh,
His eyes get super Chinese, his cheeks swell up, he gets super red. You literally can't see his eyes.
all
He's
his facial features move to like
Yeah.
his eyes, nose, and mouth exist right here.
and he just starts dying, which makes us die for like
He becomes a South Park
literally 10 minutes. Bro, he's dying laughing for 10 minutes because he just said, like, he knew he shouldn't have said that in front of us. He just ripped a comment about my mom, like ripped a joke on her
Yeah.
that he shouldn't have said in front of us. He just starts busting out laughing.
I remember that. I
And
always
him
remember that.
laughing made me laugh so hard. It was
We all
ridiculous.
were all like laughing, crying, laughing at the
Yeah.
because yeah.
We laughed a crazy amount in Vegas when we went to.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I can't remember what it's, the Laugh Factory, something like that. It's one, and they had like a bunch of comedians come on.
But even well, I don't know if it was before or after that when we got those big. They have those margaritas with the 2 Coronas in there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we just sat at this little restaurant and drank that, and we were just like cracking jokes and shit. Every single one of us was fucking blasted when we left that place.
Yeah, my dad is one of the funniest people. That's like doesn't intentionally try to be funny at all.
Yeah.
And he's just so funny.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, seeing his inside scoop, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah. I gotta do a final ZJUS.
We need to get our
picks
keepers
in.
Yeah.
You need to send a thing so everybody can send their.
Oh, I'll do it on Sunday. Week away.
Yeah. What's the next comment?
That was it. Those are the 12.
Oh, that was it?
So the dad, the baby, and the Pokey MMO. That was episode 12. So shout out to Pokey Sparky.
Okay, I'll tell a story.
But shout out to everyone who commented. Appreciate everyone who commented.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
So I'm gonna so that's gonna be a segment. Every time I see a new comment, I'm gonna bring it up.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm Calvino. Hey guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I never introduced myself. Sorry, guys.
What's your name?
Dwin the
Hey.
What?
Dwin the kid here.
Yep.
All right. So you said you had a.
Yeah, I'll share a story about Bayview. I don't know if it's my favorite one, but just something I thought of. When I had first started, like smoked weed for one of like the early times, like I wasn't really into like super duper into it, but I like was smoking. Me and my cousin, shout out to Peter. This was like when it was like really, we were kids. We were probably like 15 or 16, so it was still like keep it secret. So we would sneak out at nighttime, or we'd be at nighttime because it's like a resort. And we went across like these like the train tracks and shit, which they always told us not to do because like people had died over there. But we were like, fuck it. So we went over there, but there was like hella horseflies. So we used to, we smoking out of a bowl, right? So we had a bowl with some weed in it, and whoever was smoking, the other person would be swatting horseflies off themselves, and there was like so many of them. So you're getting hit, and so when it's his turn, I'm swatting the horseflies off him, off me. When it's my turn, we're doing that, and then we would just go back to the resort stoned.
Yeah.
After battling the horse.
One of the years, it was like Harry Potter, like there's Harry Potter themes going on.
Oh yeah.
We played like Quidditch, and it was us 7, like me, Jason, Katie, and our cousins, and we had us 7 against like the rest of the resort, and we won.
20 people.
Yeah.
And they barely ever scored. So it got to the point where like me and Katie were on defense, and Adam was our goalie. And it got to the point where Adam, like the way the game works is like if you got a ball, there was a balls where you could score. And I think they were the same balls, but if you got hit by a ball, you had to drop a ball if you had a ball in your hand. It was like the bludger, right? So if Ryan threw you a ball and I threw a ball at you and the ball hit you, you'd have to drop what you had. So anyone who got close with the scoring balls, we just, as defenders, we just held a ball. As soon as the ball was going to them for them to catch it, we would just throw the ball to them so they would never have a chance to even shoot. So it got to the point where Adam was like, can you just let them shoot a couple shots? So me and Katie just stopped playing defense so they could just shoot shots because they had just no chance. And then we destroyed him.
Yeah, it was fun.
I had the thought process the other day of if we continue commercializing space travel, there might be a day where you can actually play Quidditch. Up in space, you have like a makeshift broom rocket
Oh, true.
that just propulses you.
That'd be lit.
All you need is just a broomstick that can fly.
Dude, once
Defy gravity.
they actually give
Don't
the
gotta
rest of
defy
us
it, it's not
access
there.
to the space travel, and that becomes like a multi-planet thing, it'd be pretty lit.
Imagine the multiverse opens up right now, and you can go. Would you go? What's the question? Didn't we have this question? There's a portal.
The portal opens up.
The random portal. Would you hop through it
I just.
on some Rick and Morty shit?
What if you just stuck your butt cheeks through it and just drop a deuce on the other side? Do you think the effects would be catastrophic?
What if you can't get your butt cheeks back?
Yeah, what if it closes
And you just do butt.
Damn.
And then they got no ass.
Then you just flat.
You're not even flat. You're in.
Said you're in.
You got
Would
an
that
any
serve
ass.
you any benefit in the world at all? Like what do you think? Where do you think that would benefit?
What?
Being an innie?
You being like where your ass
Having an any
goes
ass.
in, yeah. An in yes.
Well, I guess you'd probably if
On the
ass
swings.
chairs, you know what I'm saying? Like a chair, right? Your ass goes in.
You could be a pro
Oh,
swinger.
God. I don't know.
On the swings, dude.
Pro swinger. Huh?
You know how the swings, like, you know, you how it, like, hurts after a while? Because it's,
Maybe
like,
something.
Might
press
be
up, but you
worse,
could just,
though.
like, kind of sit, like, be in there. Eventually
No,
it would
'cause
heal.
just hit your bone.
I'm
though.
thinking something like air duct work, like something where you gotta fit into a tiny area.
True.
Like your butt's not gonna catch on anything, so you're the same.
Flat Stanley.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I don't really know if there's any
anything you gotta
any
go
valuable.
Okay, but
into. Rock
let's.
climb or not rock,
Rock
climb,
climbing,
like cave exploring.
True. Yeah.
Cave exploring, you can slide through the shimmy through the
I
So
saw
your
that.
shoulders are still
I
good
saw this
stuff.
meme that was like, it's like cave explorer videos be like, and it's like some dude, and he's like under his like blanket, and he's like pushing his head through some shit, and he's like, oh, a rock just collapsed on my arm, but it's all good. We're doing it for the video. And like when he gets out of like the cave finally, he's like missing half his appendages. It's pretty fucked up. It's hilarious.
True.
Okay, but if you could access the multiverse, like just fly like a plane, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fly. Actually, people wouldn't do it. If you don't already fly to places today for vacations and shit, you wouldn't go.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't go into outer space. That's for sure.
No, but like if it was as normal as airplanes, I still don't even. I barely take airplanes like ever.
I've flown up a good bit, so I would definitely be.
I mean, if they had Southwest,
on the
but
broomstick
it
playing
was like
Quidditch.
Southwest Space, and
Yeah.
then like think about like
Space West.
all like you, it's $100 to go to like the moon or whatever.
The moon would be whack though. The moon would be like Vegas, like or it'd be like overplayed. Like everyone goes to the moon
like
where the casinos are.
like Futurama,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was literally
exactly.
Futurama.
Because the moon is like the first one.
the amusement park in the moon.
I want to
They had Space Jam 2, Moron Mountain.
know what the pyramids
I
are.
mean, the
all
Looney
about.
Tunes are around.
Apparently, there's channels in the pyramids that water goes through and it generates electricity. I read that the other day.
I saw an article about how a dude in whatever year, I can't remember, it was a long time ago, invented a car that ran off like 7 liters
Yeah,
of
there's
water.
hella people who've done that.
And then
they all die.
Yeah, they die.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to them. So, if you're an inventor,
Don't make a water.
Well, it's
car.
not an invention at this point. It's already been invented.
oh yeah,
If you're an innovator,
that's true.
If you're an innovator,
It's the
don't
same-
make a water car.
We're innovating using oil instead.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
It would be lit to live in a world that they didn't just kill people who made cool shit.
yeah,
That
That'd be
progressed
awesome.
the world.
it'd be lit to live in a world where people didn't kill people. Period.
True. Guns don't kill people. I kill people with
With
guns.
guns.
Pow. Classic YouTube.
Yeah, that was like old school. YouTube.
Anyone else have something for the?
I got a question. this is actually just for Jason now.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Jason's getting an interview today.
Yeah, let's do it.
How was your hood rice?
My hood rice.
Yeah, your hood rice.
What the hell? I was like, what the fuck is that noise? What's the hood rice?
You know, it's Hood Burgers Co-Company. Hood rice.
Yeah, but you talking about that?
Yeah.
It was like a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Like it wasn't bad, but it was cold. And honestly, when I got ribeye, ironically, because we're talking about ribeye and fillets. Actually, I don't eat meat. For all the people out there who care about that.
You just kidding.
No, I don't. I do whatever I want. But I got the
Suck
ribeye,
it.
and when fat gets cold, it becomes like mush, and it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
It's like a mushy paste, and butter. So the butter and the fat that like jellified kind of brought it down a little bit. Like when you get a bite of that, it's like ugh.
Yeah. Oh.
And chomp more.
But it was alright. It was alright. I want to talk about this space travel multiverse thing.
What about it?
I want to do it. Like if a portal opened up and you saw dinosaurs, you wouldn't be like, ooh.
But what's the
Bring
guarantee?
one
But
back.
like, what if
I'm
it
not going
closes?
there.
You got. There,
What if-
there needs to be
okay.
parameter of like. You
What
got-
if a portal opened up and at the top it said 59, 59, 58, 57, 56.
I would
And on
roll.
the other side
I would roll a spliff and I would hop through
was
for
a nest.
like 30 minutes.
No,
I wouldn't go far. I
nest
wouldn't go far.
with eggs in it.
Oh fuck! I would-
Now, do you take the egg or not? I'm taking it immediately. You're not gonna take it?
To do what with?
So you're like, ooh, pterodactyl.
I'm gonna
And
crack
Pokemon are created.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna crack the egg and make me some scrambled eggs.
Dude, oh, what if you pull it out and it's Mew?
I'm gonna
and
crack
now it's
that.
Pokemon in the
I
world.
got a scrambled Mew now.
I would definitely allow
You
me
would make
to
a
enter
scrambled
this
egg
world.
out of it?
Yeah.
Okay, if you could
I'm
make...
not touching that egg, man.
You go touch the egg, and there's just on the other side of the portal
You
is
know
the
what
mom
it is?
like
You know what?
snatch your arm.
Oh, yeah, it cuts your arm off. I think my desire is to change, I'm not satisfied with the way the world is today, so I would just like, I want to change it, but what I actually want, it seems unobtainable, so I'll settle for like Pokemon being real, or like pterodactyls or something, like just to change it up a bit, you know what I mean? Like if there's pterodactyls around, maybe people would be nicer to each other, you might get eaten. There's no time,
Facts.
no time to be mean, when a pterodactyl might come.
I don't know if we need
Eat ya.
pterodactyls to
Eat you up.
be kind human beings. Like, what?
No, just kidding. I do think I just want to see like an alternate reality. The world be different. Also, I was talking about chess because there's this old guy, and I was like, you should play chess. Well, I wasn't like, you should play chess. He's like, oh, it interests me. And I told him a story how I used to play Tetris, but I got to the point of Tetris where I could sit and play the same game for hours and hours and hours and not lose, even when it's pieces are flying, to the point where like you have your Tetris board, you have the piece that's falling, you have next and then the next three or possibilities, and I would be looking at the last possibility and making my moves based upon what, not this piece, that piece, that piece, or that piece, but that piece. But now I have no challenge anymore, because if I can make the things immediately and not lose and just keep going, it was like just flying, then there's no more challenge. Like, you run out of challenges. The thing about chess is cool is that you're limited by your pool of knowledge. Because in my pool of knowledge, I'm at the best I could possibly be. I can't get any better. The only way for me to get better is expanding my pool of knowledge. Meaning, like, in my pool of knowledge, I can recognize every move that's played. Anyone with my pool of knowledge or less, as soon as they play a move, I know why they're doing that. So I'm limited to my pool of knowledge now. And I know that because when I play games, I'm playing people with my ELO, and I know exactly what they're doing, and they know what I'm doing. And sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. So, there's mistake. You make the mistake. That's the part that F's you up. I lose because I made a mistake. I win because they made a mistake. But I didn't learn anything. So I have to expand my pool of knowledge. It keeps it challenging.
So at Town Hall 10, trying to get to Town Hall 11.
Yeah. Because it's like a pattern. It's like, especially when, like, if you play, like, you guys don't play as much as I do. Eddie's the closest one. But if I was to play you, I know that you probably you're not super duper strategizing, but when you move a piece into position, I can tell where the threat will be 2 moves from now from that one piece that you moved. Not 2 overall moves, but that knight. When you move the knight up there, I know the dangerous spots that it can hit, which is generally the 2 in the middle. That's easy. But then you have to look at the one after that, because if you move that knight up here, the threat isn't that first move. The threat is the jump to fork the queen and the rook. If they pull the bishop out too, I could see that ahead of time. If you move the knight and then the bishop, I know what you're doing. But that's my pool of knowledge. If I expand that, then there's like, if I played it,
you need harder opponents.
Exactly, and I also need to expand my understanding of the openings and so on and so forth. Because if you do that,
also comes with harder opponents, because like you said, you know what they're doing, they know what you're doing. It's because you're both doing relatively similar things, because you both have the same pool of knowledge. You need somebody outside, like we were talking about earlier. And I think it was William Thoreau. No, I'm thinking about it.
Fights from Town Hall 11s become a Town Hall 11.
I think it was William Thoreau that said life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And just like the second you leave, that's when you realize, all right, I can handle that. So this becomes my new comfort zone, and you keep going. Yeah. I also just saw a quote like on one of the social medias, but it was a post that came across my feed. It said, if video games taught me anything, it's that I know I'm going the right way if my enemies are getting harder. And I was just like, nice. Because there's also several things that say that in the Bible. Just different ways. And it talks about how, like, the more you're going through means the more potent of a quote-unquote hero you are within the game.
Valid.
True.
And so the worse, or the better chess players you play, they're not gonna waste their time. A pro chess player isn't gonna play with Amber. You'll play with Amber, but it's because you're still in a limited pool of knowledge, so you can still relate to the juvenile things she's doing.
On top of that,
But
she's your, stepdaughter.
Yeah.
But
But if you had been playing chess for the last 20, 30 years, you would struggle more so to understand why are you even doing that? Like you're not thinking.
Yeah, definitely.
As opposed to having them tell, all right, this is what you're thinking.
Well, that becomes
And
a
then-
problem even with Pokemon because you can't. What we're doing in this randoms, if I assume the opponent is as smart as me, then I'm actually better than him. If I know that he's as good as me, I'm better because I can tell you what I would do. And then I can tell you by knowing what I would do,
How to beat
what
it.
he will think
Yeah.
what I will do, and therefore I'll do the other thing. But the problem is we do this all the time, and we think that they're smarter than they are, and we make a move that predicts the actual correct move, what they should have done, and they just do some random shit. And then we just get fucked by it because we're like, oh, well, they didn't. That was a stupid ass move that they did, but the stupid ass move ends up winning because we over predicted the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point in time, your pool of knowledge being so much more vast than the other person actually makes it harder.
Because my point with the 10 minutes, like if you're running out of time, that's on you. Because you gotta know that water beats fire, and you gotta know that this nature beats. Like this is what we need to do. Okay, what's the probability of that? Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's not. And then when it gets to a crucial moment, that's when you use that minute to sit and think about this crucial moment.
Yeah.
Not everyone's gonna be crucial. If I would have sat and thought about the fact that I had swords dance, which I didn't really understand swords dance until this moment when I was fighting Jason after our Nuzlocke when we went around the country, because I could have won if I would have just kept attacking, but I took Gyarados out.
Yeah.
That's a novice.
Dragon's Dance.
Dragon Dance. Jason could have beat me already in the match though.
Because I could just body slammed or
So
whatever
it's like
it was,
even
but I
that.
rested.
So it's like, but if you have that, but because I went through that, now I understand that way more.
Also, he
I
didn't
understand.
finish EV training. I did my calculations based off Ryan. EV training his Zapdos max speed would outspeed my Starmie max speed, but he didn't finish EV training. So my
No, I
Starmie-
did finish EV training. It didn't happen.
I'm pretty sure then something was wrong. Because in my original calculations, you should have
Was it
outsped me.
modest or was it timid? Do you remember?
No, mine's adamant.
You stopped those?
It's an adamant Zubat.
No, I was talking about Zapdos.
Oh, Zapdos. Yeah.
You didn't finish it because you should have outsped me by 2 points.
Was it timid or is it modest?
I don't
I
know.
don't remember. But I
It didn't
outsped
have
him.
a good nature.
And I played the whole game, trying to figure out how to battle this. Like I could have used Starmie the whole game. That was the point. I realized after when he put the Zapdos in, I switched out. Well, he wouldn't have one shot anyway, and he would have one shot me, so I had to do that. But then later, I could have swept the rest of his team with Starmie, because Starmie in that gen is actually really good.
Yeah.
Because you can use so many different moves like Psychic, Thunderbolt,
Ice
Surf,
Beam.
Ice Beam, exactly. You can just have those 4, and you have so much coverage. And then you get stabbed for Surf and Psychic. So it's really strong.
But yeah, I mean the point. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like the point is that having so much knowledge can hinder you from a random thing that you're not
Yeah.
expecting, and randomness happens. Things that we don't expect happen.
Speaking of randomness, so people do like speed runs for games. There's someone who would speed run one of the Mario games, and there's this phenomenon, apparently, that's like I would call this like the God particle. Like in science, I'll give you the scientific explanation, but to me, this is just like the universe is God just doing that. But there's like from the sun, there's like a 1 in a billion chance or something that a particle, because it's like it can hit a point of any sort of electronic on the inner workings of it and trigger something to happen inside that. So the computer has a hardboard. There's like one of those like invisible particles from the sun or whatever can hit it, and like it's just a particle, and it can trigger whatever that thing is. So this dude was speedrunning Mario, and that thing happened, which to me that's just like whatever you want to call it, what you call it, but whatever. And his character, when he was on this level where you have to jump up to the top, and if you fall, you essentially have to restart. His character just shot through the whole map to the top. And then he said, "Oh, I'll pay anyone $1,000 if they can figure out how I did this." and they reran it. They coded it so it would run the exact same pattern he did, like exactly, and it wouldn't do it. So there's like this 1 in a billion chance that this like particle from the sun hit the dude who's just sitting on his game playing it and triggering him to win the game. Which means that at any point in time, you can win or lose off anything without it. It doesn't even make sense. Like it's not actually logical in terms of like, well, that's logical, but to me that's just like God or the universe. But they call it what they call it from science. But I thought that's crazy. So he got like the world record for the game off like
A gamma ray.
yeah, exactly. Crazy. So at any point in time,
So he cheated.
yeah, yeah.
So more of the story.
So at any point in time, anything can happen. And the only thing that's certain is that nothing is
So
certain.
what I'm hearing, if I'm trying to set a video game world record, do it in the
You
sunlight.
better say a prayer.
Do it in the sunlight.
I get.
That's what I'm
Well,
hearing.
I think he's inside. It goes through everything.
Wow.
Yeah, you can look it up.
What do you think would happen if it like hit you perfectly? Like,
Third eye.
I don't know, dude. That's an interesting thought. Particles from
Probably shit
the
yourself.
sun. But
from space.
there's so many things, right? Frequency, wavelengths, so many things that go on that you like learn about or you can learn about, but it's like it's not on the forefront of like, you know what I mean? Like if they would teach you in school how to like telepathically communicate with everyone, then we would all be doing it.
Yeah.
But they don't want you to do that. They want you to like.
Oh man, I'll tell the story. Yeah. So it's
Alright, I want to let it be known. I got 10 minutes left in me because I'm tired, boy.
Eddie's side.
Eddie.
Yeah.
I think that we should.
I'll save mine because I feel like there's gonna be a better time to talk about it later. So
We need to not so seriously, but even just do like brainstorm. Maybe close the door, and like maybe one other song like Steam, and then we should just practice those 3 songs and just go to like an open mic around us.
Oh, huh. Interesting. That's wild. That's an amazing concept. Who would have ever have said that before you did right now?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Definitely not.
Let's do it.
What's the
been a
song
while.
from Chicago?
We should bring out a little crowd.
No, that's
Heat miser.
it's Miss.
I think we should do it and it not have. It doesn't have to be so like we develop a whole set, but I feel like we need to just go out and like, just go perform,
Yeah.
for the fun of it, and also to be out like give ourselves a chance to be in the right place at the right time.
It's also to get the dub on the belt. The more dubs, the more likely when you step into the championship ring, you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna get knocked out.
And if we just pull up at random places, like anywhere we can pull up, we just do a couple songs and that's that. We can bring crowds out to some places.
Yeah.
Also, I had a cool idea, which I'm not going to say it actually, because it might actually be a really good idea to do. So I'll say it after. Sorry, I'll tell you later.
We still love you, though.
It'll be like 10 years down the road, I'll tell it, if it works.
Well,
Podcast episode 3000.
Eddie killed it. He ruined it.
I just completely killed the Dueces.
What do you think about, Ryan?
Comment down below. Just
Too many
big
things.
fat Dwin sucks.
Let's do one last mini topic before we go.
Okay.
What animal do you think poops most?
Poops. the
Babies. No.
Like both by volume and by like quantity. So like
Maybe.
by the most amount of feces.
Say elephants probably.
That's kind of
most.
Gotta
I
be
was
a
thinking
big-
elephants also.
but
I don't know.
but how often do they?
and that's what I was thinking.
Like who produces the most poop by the end of the year? Like if it was measured
Yeah.
in weight.
That's what I said by volume. So like just overall like amount of.
Alright, are we going by one of that species or the species as a collective?
So for volume we'll say 1, And then for like just who's
Cows?
dropping the most deuces,
Mm.
we'll say the collective. Ooh,
Cows definitely for the collective for sure.
Cows on the collective side,
Individually, probably whatever the biggest mammal is. So yeah, elephants. Probably.
yeah.
Maybe
Cows.
whales.
Whales too.
I don't know. I guess you don't really think
The
about
big-
it.
But whales
Megalodon.
eat like krill and.
How does sharks poop?
They still gotta poop. It might
I mean,
be
yeah,
wet
but I
poop,
feel
but
like
it's
it's-
still poo.
I don't think it's big.
Shark
poo.
bait. Ooh ah. How do sharks poop?
They probably just
They probably got a cloaca.
go drink some
I
Aquafina.
don't know. I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
Can I say I've never thought about a shark taking a shit?
Nobody.
Shark shit.
Go drink some Aquafina and see if you can taste it.
Hell yeah.
Probably.
What's your water of choice? Just kidding. No free advertising.
Fridge.
Tap water.
I was literally about to start going.
Toilet water. Don't do that.
Sorry, friends.
Like tap on the glass.
Tap water, yeah.
Oh, that's actually an interesting concept. If you
Depends
tap
on
on
where
this,
I
it's
am.
like tapping on the glass. For the people at home and they're watching, like, stop.
Hey, are you listening in there?
Wake up, fishy!
What else, guys?
Why are you sleeping?
It's alright. Yeah, that was good.
Okay, I want to see.
Shout out to everyone who commented.
I would love.
Keep coming,
Okay,
coming.
okay. I'll just give you a would you rather, so that it's not so like out the water. Okay, if you could access a pool of information that you had all the information about, like all the secret files about everything in the world, but you can't tell anybody. Like you're not like it doesn't like you like it's impossible for you to tell
No.
anybody. Like you just can't.
That's the
Would you
same.
Too much
answer.
information for one person to behold.
That's
True.
the same
Without
answer
being able
as
to
the writers of the
Relief it on
Simpsons.
other people.
For me, I don't want to know.
But they have it.
No, well, I don't know if they have it or not, but we were talking because I'm pretty sure you posed the question. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, it might have been Ryan, but
I
would
think it
you
was
meet the
Jason.
writers of the Simpsons
Oh.
and figure out how they're doing it? I just don't.
Oh
know.
yeah.
I don't want to know. I'm not meant to know the future. I'm meant to live in the present, do what I can in the present.
I did-
I'm good on it. Like,
I did see someone talk about an interesting thought about if you could travel faster than the speed of light and bring a telescope with you, you could technically see like the past because you could go faster than the speed of light and reflect the light, and as it's catching up you'd be able to see the moments based off the sun. Like you could look at the earth and based off wherever the sun is, whatever light is, as you're catching up to whatever the light is, you could see the things that had happened.
So could you see yourself?
If you had a powerful enough camera, probably.
I don't know, cause
Or because you're here now, though, so how are you
Yeah.
there?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, you would.
I guess
though.
you.
Or
Yeah,
you see a
would.
reflection of
You
yourself?
definitely would.
But
It'd
then
be like
that
watching
means-
yourself on a replay.
That means
It's
then
because
what's actually real? What exists?
The camera
that's not
moved
real, I'm
faster.
here.
Yeah, well, no, nothing's real. It's all reflection. But the camera moved faster than light
Moments.
with you, and so
Right.
as a result, when the camera's finally absorbing the light rays, it's not gonna be you that's standing where you are. It's gonna have a video of you.
Yeah, it's
up
an
there.
image.
It's
But
the whole-
then that
did y'all
poses
watch
the
the,
thing. If
um,
everyone else is still back there, you're here. They don't exist anymore.
Yeah, you're just reflecting an image of something that had already. You're just moving faster than the
It's
speed of light.
it's
So you're just reflecting
perception.
images.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah, you're just watching
existence.
something happen.
Yeah, but then it doesn't
It's
exist.
perception.
No, think about it like this.
So if
Because
you're,
you're here. Like, okay.
Take yourself out of the picture for a second.
Yeah, but
Take
you're not
yourself out of
watching the
picture, right?
future.
yeah.
Like you, everything that you're watching had already happened.
Yeah,
So like it's like you threw yourself way
way ahead,
ahead, yeah.
and you're reflecting the light. You're
And
what
looking at
you
it from,
based
like,
off
like
light
a movie
reflection.
from the beginning to
And
the
based
end.
off wherever your telescope is looking at, you
Yeah.
can look at a point of Earth. So you could look at China in whatever time, and then as it's going up, and you can move it and look at something else. So maybe a past life, you could see yourself. If you remember who you were in a past life, you could go find yourself in that. You can know where you were, boom, and you can go look and watch that again, maybe. But it's something that
See, this is the thing. What I'm saying,
we're
though.
wrong. We're wrong. It would just come real slow. Think about like the Flash, kind of like the Flash. Like the world would feel slower, because the light rays are already there.
It'd be gone.
So like there's constantly light
but
rays.
does the Flash move faster than the speed of light, though?
They're
To me,
and Speed
This-
Force.
I don't know. We gotta look. The Flash
And
is.
Speed Force because
Definitely
you
does,
can't. Yeah,
'cause you can go back in time.
and Speed Force.
Okay, yeah. So he's going faster than speed of light. That's why he can go back in time.
And
right?
so
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Wait,
Because
he went back in time
yeah,
Yeah.
in the new one.
and forward and well,
In
he
the
does
new one or
in
the old one
comics,
too?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Flashpoint. Flashpoint's real.
They give him the new one.
But
I didn't watch the new one.
no, because you
Yeah.
got to think the light rays already there. It's not like it's sending out in waves like no, it's just there. It's just here. It's just constantly going. And so even if I were to like, it would feel it would feel choppy, framey.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
if
it'd
you-
be images.
Like if you scrub through,
Yeah, if you take
if
some-
you
Woo.
take your finger and scrub through this YouTube video, it's gonna be choppy. It's gonna feel slower
Yeah.
because it's just gonna be pixelated. It's the same principle as when you're
Yeah, so it'd be images.
when you're
Maybe
doped
not- it
up
won't
on
be video,
adrenaline,
but it'd
or
be
when
images.
So okay, here's
if you
another
take a
thing,
line
though.
of
You take all that.
everything's going.
You take all that in the fact that your eyes are
perception,
perceiving
yeah.
the light. That means everything you're looking at is already gone. Means you.
Yeah, it's not
So if you
changed.
say talking about the present, maybe that the present is just embracing the fact that you're going through this thing that doesn't actually.
Well, if the
exist
sun blows up, we have
anymore.
8 minutes, I believe. 8
Yeah, I
minutes.
think it is 8 minutes.
We have 8
Before we
minutes.
would ever know.
So we've never
Well, you would
seen the
die in
sun
8 minutes,
as
right?
it is.
Because you would die the moment that the 8 minutes is up. Right. Because the temperature would
Yeah.
drop so severely
Yeah.
so quickly.
Pretty much.
Well, first and foremost, you see the explosion.
That'd be lit.
I think the explosion probably be what took us out though.
Literally.
personally.
Kind of. Not afterwards, it wouldn't, but.
I'm rolling up
Be
3
very
splits.
dark
I'm rolling up
afterwards.
2
It
splits.
wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter because you would be dying in 8 minutes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take. I'm gonna
So-
take a minute. Actually, I'm gonna take a minute to roll one nice 7-minute long slip.
While you puff on the 30-second. Like, because you said 2 at first.
And play whatever song came to mind.
Respect.
It's the end of the. Well, it's
No.
copyrighted.
Little darling, still-
Bye, bye,
That's the last song I'd ever listened to.
Harder than sun.
Colder than rain. What's with the world? The sun's gone away.
All right. Well, this is episode 23.
20.
It's been
Ocean waves.
2, 3.
23.
Much more to come.
Wendy the kin.
It's February now. Will probably be March when it comes out, but by that time there'll be much more out. So
March
much more things to come. Appreciate anyone who watched. Comment.
I'm tired.
If you comment some more, I will
shout out.
shout out you on the
Shout
podcast
outs.
next time. So
Comment.
Shout
Send your
out.
love. We
Peace,
send our
peace and
love.
love. Are we signing out?
Appreciate
Jocelyn signing out.
Mi
Dwin.
nombre es Calvino.
The kin.
No,
Indigo Ryan, the Navigator. Peace, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.